Alright, so over my life I've been surprised one too many times by how low political battles go that I'm not really ever surprised anymore. The Democrats have been caught red-handed in doctoring evidence against Trump to try and legitimize their claims that Trump was responsible in some way for this coup attempt or this supposed insurrection done by a few hundred of mostly unarmed people, which is a weird way to try and go about an insurrection. I could have told them that this little revolution they're planning probably isn't going to work out. It's so obvious it won't work that I don't think an insurrection is what they were going for. They seem more like some childish little LARPers or something, but whatever. That's besides the point. So, Democrats are caught red-handed doctoring evidence. They photoshopped a blue checkmark onto a tweet in an attempt to add more weight and legitimacy to that evidence. And they also, not for nothing, are playing pretend that when someone says we're bringing the cavalry, they literally mean they're bringing cavalry, and they're bringing a force that's prepared to be violent. Which, of course, if you live in the real world, you know that someone who says they're bringing the cavalry is usually just exaggerating. It's a common phrase we all likely have used at some point, or at least know someone who's used it. But they'll apparently distort any common phrase if it suits their interests. Strange how when Nancy Pelosi said, frankly, I don't know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, or when Senator Booker tells people to get in the faces of some congresspeople, or when Maxine Waters says to form a crowd around some political enemies when you see them at the restaurant and let them know that they're not welcome. They don't care about that. You don't even really have to stretch it too far at all to see how that could lead to violence. But we like to ignore that because that does not suit our political interests. But a faked blue checkmark tweet that says we're bringing the cavalry, that is something they need to freak out about, even though they're freaking out, again, about a relatively small group of people who are mostly unarmed. And this group of people lasted no more than a day in their protest, unlike the people who they were silent about, who all summer were destroying U.S. cities and lobbing Molotov cocktails through small businesses' windows. Not a word said about that. In fact, in many ways, they gave him some encouragement, so you see how this game works. But isn't it weird? This whole debacle is about trust of government. The Democratic Party, many of whom were upset not too long ago with the DNC over their corruption and their rigging of the electoral game against Bernie Sanders in favor of Hillary Clinton. Those people were at a loss for words at how corrupted the DNC was exposed to be. But now those same people are shocked and appalled by the audacity some people have by merely questioning the integrity of our democratic processes. Give me a break. These same people were out in the streets less than half a decade ago, rightfully pissed off because the establishment screwed them. But now that Trump is getting the brunt of it, they don't care as much. You can trust the system again, I guess. I don't know what happened, but you can trust them now. But when they come out with this doctored evidence, well, that's just another reminder that these people are in no way to be trusted. It should not shock anyone that they will do and say what they can if it means it helps them reach their political goals. If the truth is inconvenient for them, they'll throw that away like yesterday's paper. Why would they lie about this too? I don't even get it. If you've got an airtight case that you are confident in, why lie? If you have solid, real, undeniable evidence, just use that and make your case and you might just win. But once you fabricate stuff, well, now you can't be trusted at all, and you lose, which you did, because Trump has been acquitted now. Because these people are the lowest of the low, and Republicans do this crap too. It's not just Democrats, and I am completely sick of these people. I don't want them to have any influence over my life or in my life whatsoever. And in a weird way, I'm hoping that this insanity doesn't stop, because that'll only change the minds of more and more people into feeling the same way. It might be a long time before enough of us recognize how little we need these people, but I don't see how that doesn't happen eventually as long as they're playing these stupid, immature little games. They're just older versions of what you might find in a high school student who pulls petty, dishonest crap. That's about all they are, with a bit more vileness added into that mix. But anyway, that's all for now. Like and subscribe and share this video with anyone you can. It is extraordinarily appreciated, and take it easy.